Hey everyone, how's it going? Today, I want to continue my series that I started where it's more of a conversational podcast-esque type videos. And I've posted a couple of them before, one or two on some races, but I really want to kick off this series of videos and start off by kind of an introduction into why I make these videos, what's the purpose of this channel, what the hell is my end goal? Do I want to be a YouTube star? Answer to that's no, but we'll get into it. But I want to start with kind of explaining about myself, what my motivations are, and really get into, like I said, why I make these videos and what do I hope to get out of it. Honestly, the reason I started making these videos is because when I started my ultra running journey, I went out on YouTube, Facebook, all these groups, and tried to find people that were running the races that I was running. And I think the first one was Long Haul 100, and there was so many awesome videos on Long Haul 100, and I really got a sense of the course. I started strategizing. But for some of the smaller races, for some of the smaller Florida ultra marathons, there really wasn't much content like that out there. And so I figured, hey, I'm gonna bring my GoPro anyway. What's the worst in filming a race, giving a quick review, maybe giving a tip guide or a how-to. So I started taking my GoPro along and started filming some races with the intention of highlighting some of these smaller ultramarathons. And as I started making these and reaching out to the couple people that I thought I was gonna try to reach out to, I also started getting really invested in the races. When you run these races, you feel like you're putting a part of yourself out there on the course. And so I wanted to now, instead of just showing off the race and giving like, hey, here's how to survive, I wanted to market these races and to highlight the amazing Florida ultramarathons, highlight the amazing race directors that are out here in Florida. And so one of my purposes for these videos is to really have a showpiece for the races and to really sell it to you guys so that you want to come to Florida, if you're already in Florida, to sign up for these races. Because I mean, the community's awesome, and I want to give back to the community as much as they've given back to me. So main reason for this channel is to help people. Another big reason though, it's I don't want to say 50-50 because my main reason is still to help people, but another huge reason that I keep making these videos is because it's fun. It's fun to make videos. I feel like it's an art form for me. I'm not very artistic. I have no music ability. I can't draw. I'm not artistic in the least bit. But when I'm editing these videos, when I'm putting them to music, transitions, cutting it, it's fun. It feels like I'm creating something. And I go back and look at my older videos and I think they all suck. And I think my newer ones are a lot better. And I know I'm guessing that's an artistic process. And you are your most harsh critic. And so each video that comes out, I try to make it better and better. And I think I'm doing that. And I just want to continue to grow and continue to keep seeing my progress. So this being an art form for me, it's really fun. And even the review videos I do, even videos like this where I edit them, I'm kind of telling my tale, I'm putting in race footage with it, I'm trying to portray my thought process as good as possible. So it's just fun. It's something that is really cathartic to me, and I like doing it. And kind of going along with that, I also like reviewing my race footage, watching it back. I recommend anybody, if you can afford a GoPro or even just your cell phone, record parts of the race, record yourself talking, record your thoughts, because 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10, I go back and I watch my race footage and I'm like, well, I don't remember that happening at all, or like it's a vague memory, or I said something that, at the time it didn't seem too impactful, but then watching it afterwards, I'm like, man, that's like really stuck with me. Like that was a real raw, emotional, solid moment. And I'm really happy I got that on camera. So I like watching it back. It's almost like, so what I do is, not to get too, in the weeds here, but I record all my races, I come back, I upload all the footage to my computer, and I just watch the clips. I watch them without the intention of making a video yet. I just want to watch through them, relive the race, kind of mentally, decompress and see everything happen again. So that's a really fun process to do after a race. And then of course, when you're editing it, telling the story, trying to tell the story as it happened, it's just really fun. So I'll move on from that. But yeah, I recommend that anybody, if you can film your races in any way, do so. Now, kind of on that topic, what I want this channel to be, I also want to highlight what I don't want to become. And really, I don't want to become like an influencer. I hear people talk about it all the time, like, oh, you're an influencer, or you want to be an influencer. There's a reason why I don't have a TikTok. There's a reason why I don't post very much to Instagram. It's because I don't want to be seen as a fitfluencer or as an influencer. I'm trying to make these videos to help you guys out, and I don't make the 1-minute reels. I may start doing some of that eventually. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it in a very tasteful way, but I like making videos where I sit down, I discuss things, and a little more long form. And I don't want to start making those shorter. You're never gonna see me do a goofy little TikTok dance. If you do that, that's cool, but you're never gonna see me do that. So I don't want to be seen as an influencer. I just want to be seen as someone that influences you to be better. So no, I'm trying to be viewed as someone that is helpful, that gives back to the community, and I hope no one thinks that I'm trying to be an influencer and, you know, retire, make a career out of this. It'd be really cool if I did, but I have a really good career that I love doing. This is just for fun. I would like to transition for this to be my career eventually, not the videos, but like the coaching, the running. We'll get into that in a minute, but yeah, I'm trying not to be an influencer, but I know that in my position, I have a lot of knowledge to share. Some of that knowledge is good, some of it is maybe not so good, but I want to start doing more Instagram posts. I really want to start reaching out to everyone more. I'll go into this too, but I'm not great at responding to comments. I'm going to get better at that. I'm much better when I'm approached one-on-one, whether that be in a DM or in person. In person is the best way, but I'm trying to be better at being a good member of the community. So that's something I'm also going to work on. Now, another reason why I keep making this channel, another reason, the purpose of it, is I want to capture some amazing events, hard events, things that you don't necessarily hear about on a day-to-day basis. Everyone knows Western States 100. Everyone knows, Long Haul 100, Badwater. I want to capture the lesser-known, difficult challenges and show everyone that these things can be done. There's people out there doing them all the time. There's this one, I want to do it. It's an FKT. It's the Lollipop 240. I'm going to find sometime this year, but it's a 240-mile loop. It's miserable. I want to start doing miserable things. So I want to start doing this Lollipop 240. I want to start doing other miserable stuff that you're like, who would do that? And you're like, oh, that guy's doing it, and he's having fun doing it. Because there's a complacency, there's a comfort and complacency, and I like doing really hard stuff, and I take pleasure in it. And once you're out there doing hard things, it actually becomes fun. And so it's almost like an adrenaline junkie where I do these hard things. In the moment, it kind of sucks. You're kind of having a good time, but you get done with it and you start thinking, you're like, man, I wish I was still out there, like roughing it. So I want to bring that experience to you guys and show you that doing hard things is fun and you should do more hard things, and highlight the hard things that there is to do and show you that there really is no limits to what you can do besides, you know, your time, your energy, and your mentality. If you can focus on achieving a goal, you can do some pretty crazy shit. So that's another reason that kind of drives me to make these videos. And a lot of you have reached out to me, asked me, hey, what's it going to take for me to run a 200-mile race barefoot? And I'm like, yeah, that seems pretty wild, but hey, let's make a plan and let's get you to that point. So yeah, the only thing that's limiting you is your mind. And I want to make these videos to show you that and to highlight that we can all do some pretty intense, hard shit and have a good time doing it. Speaking on that, another thing that I really want to start doing is being more personable in my videos. I've been trying to show my personality more. I kind of started trying to go away from that and highlight the races, as I mentioned previously. My original intention was to give here's how to survive this race guide. Here's a highlight of the race. Here's me selling the race to you. And I kind of started going away from me. I was like, take me off it. People want to see the race. And I've gotten some people that reached out to me and said, no, we want to see your personality. We want to see your take on the race. And I realized that I'm falling short in that. There's a lot of videos, a lot of footage that I take during the race that I cut completely out of the final product because I think it's going to be boring. It's me rambling, but it's a lot of me giving like personal advice on the race, on my strategy. And I think it's something that honestly, you guys would really like now thinking in hindsight. And I was going to actually take some of these videos and do like a trail talk series where it's just random minute to 3, 4, 5 minutes of me just, rambling out on a trail. I say rambling, but I think I'm giving myself a disservice. It's not just rambling. I actually have a point to it. So I think going forward in my future races, I'm going to start kind of putting more of the focus on me. I'm going to kind of do a balance of between me and the course and give more of my tips in the moment. Like when I'm tired at night, highlight, hey, this is how I get through the night. This is how I stay awake. it may be tough, but here's some breathing techniques. Here's what I'm doing right now. Instead of just saying, oh, the race is hard, let's keep pushing on and taking some footage of the course. I think that's, I'm getting kind of bored of that format, and I kind of want to have a message in my videos, give more of a message of how I'm doing, because I know that, this is kind of hard to say, but I know that, because it sounds really self-indulgent, but I feel like a lot of people want to see more of me and less of just the course. When I watch YouTube videos, I don't watch it just to see videos of the course, some music, and some random stuff. Like, I watch it because there's someone behind the camera, and I want to see how they're doing. And I feel really embarrassed when I highlight myself too much. Like I said, I'm actually a very shy person. If you meet me in person, you probably wouldn't think that, but I'm actually pretty shy and a little bit introverted. So highlighting myself and putting myself out there, this is actually quite wild to me. If you would have said a couple years ago that I'd be making YouTube videos and posting it to people, I'd have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? So this is me putting myself out there, and I know I need to do that more and to grow as a person. And I just need to put myself out there and get over it. And if you guys hate it, you'll roast me in the comments. I'll curl up into a ball and not make any more videos. So I'm going to give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes. Now, as I mentioned earlier, another reason for this channel and for my continuation of the channel is because I want to coach one day. I want to eventually be a part-time coach, do my current career, and also coach on the side. And hopefully one day, is it 5, 10, 15, 20 years? I don't know. But somehow make running, make videos, make it outdoors my career, not just my really time-intensive hobby. It's really tough right now, because I know that when you start making something your career, it becomes a job, and it becomes not fun anymore. I used to make Android apps. I used to make games. And this was so fun at first, but when I started making a little bit of money, I never made that much. But when I actually started making money, I started treating it like a job, and I hated it. And it's been 2 years of running content, and I still love it. I still love doing it every day. I love doing reviews. I love the whole process, and I want to keep it like that. So if nothing materializes out of this, that's fine. I still am going to keep on doing this, but I would like to do some coaching eventually. And I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but I am actually doing some small, I don't want to call it coaching, maybe like mentoring right now. I'm not charging anybody, but there are a few people that reached out to me that I'm giving advice to, much like a coach would. And I'm kind of doing this like a soft trial. But I have so much to learn. I have so many more races to do. I want to take some certification courses. I want to expand my knowledge. I'm reading a lot more books now in ultra running. And there's one thing to read a book, to take a course, to go out and run a few races, and you think you know it all, but to really understand, to live it, to read something, to know the science behind it, to go out and do it. It's not something that you can take like 1 year to 2 years to learn. It's going to take many years for me to be confident in my skills. And my trade right now, I'm an engineer by profession, so I have nothing physiologically knowledge built up besides my own research that I've done. So I'm not going to jump to conclusions. I'm not going to go take a course, be like, hey, I'm Mike Alberts, a certified ultra running coach. Although I will do some soft coaching in the next, year, 2, 3 years. I don't know when I want to launch this coaching thing, but it's gonna be a little ways out. But I'm doing that because I want to be the best version of myself that I can give someone else. And so these videos are a way of me growing my audience, to growing that outreach and learning, not only, practicing my teaching skills, but also learning from you guys too, going to races, talking to people, meeting people, networking. So these videos, I know I always say I'm not asking anything of you, but I kind of am. I'm asking you of your time. I'm charging you your time to watch these videos. I do try to do these videos altruistically, but there is also that transaction behind the scenes of me asking for your time. So I take that very seriously, and I try to bring you the content and the best version of myself that I can in order to pay you back for your time. And that kind of goes back to making little quick 1-minute Instagram videos and stuff. It's like, I don't like to put anything out there unless I truly believe in it and I truly have done my research. And so right now, for instance, I'm going through and I have a whole list of exercise videos I want to make, but the stuff I'm learning over the last 6 months to a year. It's kind of changing my paradigm. So I don't want to make a video, here's my workout routine, and in 6 months I completely have something different. I'm starting to narrow it down into what I truly believe in and what I think works for me. But until I have that fully locked down, I don't want to just put some bullshit out on the internet. I want to bring something that I truly believe in. So yeah, let's kind of deviated there, but yeah, my point is, that does wrap around to my point, is that I want to be a coach, but I want to know my shit before I go out and tell you guys what to do. Now, finally, I just want to touch on something else I mentioned, is that I have like extreme anxiety over social media and stuff. I've gotten really bad the last few weeks. I had a major race. I had that race. It didn't turn out how I wanted. And I've kind of had a little reset the last few weeks from social media. But even before then, I was like so focused on my training, on my racing, that I really didn't answer many YouTube comments. I'm very bad at messaging back. If you've messaged me on Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, and I haven't gotten back to you, I am very sorry. I've tried in the last week or two to go back and start doing that, start answering those messages, answering some questions. Once we build up a rapport and I start talking to you, I'll send you paragraph upon paragraph of stuff. I've had people say, most recent one, hey, I have a hydration vest question. They send me a question. I sent back like, 3 full messages of, hey, here's what I think. So once you get me on the horn, you can't shut me up. So what I want to do is I want to kind of drop that anxiety and message people back more. And that really comes from, it's not a fear of any negative comments. I do get 1 or 2 negative comments every once in a while, but like I would say 99% of the comments that are left in my videos are positive. So I shouldn't have any anxiety over answering those. But it all comes back to, I like that one-on-one interaction, that personal interaction more. And I'm not saying just, load my DMs, drop me come find me in the DMs. But I am saying that if you see me at a race and you like, want to come talk to me and ask me something, even just before a race, if you're like, God, I had this question, I didn't want to message him. Maybe he's in the zone, he doesn't want to answer my question. No, come to me before a race, as long as it's not like, as long as we're not doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll answer any questions you have. I'll talk to you. If you have anything, a discrepancy you want to take up with me about how I said something wrong, do that too. I like these personal one-on-one interactions, or in a group, in-person interactions. That's what I'm trying to say. I like the in-person interactions. I much prefer that. But everyone that watches my channel isn't all from localized Florida. There's some of you that are everywhere. So I'm going to try to do better. I'm going to try to be better at messaging back on social media, whether that be YouTube comments, on Instagram, Facebook. I'm gonna get better, and that's what I promise you guys. You can't grow as a person if you shy away from tough challenges. That's what I advocate for all the time. And those challenges, they could be running a 200-mile race, or they could be, answering a few YouTube comments because you're scared that someone's gonna say your mustache looks stupid. So really, that's it. That's all I want to talk about for this first video. Just give you an idea of why I want to make these videos. Going forward, these are going to be a completely mixed bag. I don't really want to call this a podcast video, but I may be talking about podcast-esque stuff. So some videos may be me talking about my personal background, how I got to the point that I am now. Others may be talking about mental aspects of ultras. Some may be talking about my training leading up to an individual ultra. So it's just going to be whatever the hell I feel like talking about on that day. I'm going to try to bring these once every 2 weeks, maybe once a week on like a Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the off days. I try to release my videos closer to the weekend on like a Friday, Saturday. So I think maybe like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just toss it out there just for people that aren't quite as interested. If you are interested in, my personal background, that's really cool. I've been putting off these videos because, like I said, I thought no one wants to hear about this bullshit. No one wants to know about me. But I have realized that you may not want to know about me personally, but you may want to know about my history and my story with how I got here. Because you may be someone that's like, man, I've been running for X amount of months or years. How did Mike get to not running at all, to doing some biking, to signing up for a few 50-milers, to now running some 200-mile races? So you may want to see the background of, hey, what did he do? What's the XYZ of how he got to where he was back then to now? So that's gonna be the purpose of those videos. And yeah, I'm gonna keep making some of the other more directed videos, but these are gonna be something I do for fun and just ramble on, because I have a lot of stuff that I just want to talk about that doesn't quite fit what I thought as a main video. So if these do well, if some people like them, I'll keep making them. Even if a couple of you like them, I'll keep making them because they're really fun to do. I have a lot of scripts for my videos. These ones are just, I have some notes, I just do it off the cuff, and it feels good talking. It feels good talking, even if it's to a camera. It feels good talking to someone. So I know I'm gonna reach you guys, and like I said, I'm gonna start answering those YouTube comments more. So keep them coming, and yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Not gonna ramble on too long. I got a run coming up, so I'm about to get up, do something amazing, hit a 20-miler hopefully, and hey, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, I love you guys. It's always a pleasure. Thank you very much for watching.